Welcome to Wrestling with Heart, a podcast looking at pro wrestlers giving back to their community. Join me, Stanley Carr, as I interview wrestling's hottest names who use their platforms as entertainers to raise awareness and do community service. Hello and welcome to another edition of Wrestling with Heart. This is the show where we talk with professional wrestlers and professional wrestling personalities about their lives in and outside of the ring, as well as doing acts of charity work, community service, volunteering, and spreading positivity. We're always about the positive vibes here on the show. And with me right now, I've got a very special guest. He has worked for the WWE, Jim Crockett Promotions, and the AWA, American Wrestling Association. Pleased to welcome Boris Zhukov. Welcome, Boris, to Wrestling with Heart.
Hello, Stanley. Glad to be with you this evening. Yes. Honor and pleasure.
Yes, it's definitely a pleasure to have you on. You're from Roanoke, Virginia. Tell me about your childhood and upbringing.
Yes, born and raised in Roanoke, Virginia. My real name is James Kirk Harrell. I was born into a beautiful Christian family growing up, a small family, just mom and dad and my brother and myself and everything. So, I had a beautiful childhood and stuff. Finished up at Northside High School, graduated in June of '77. And May of '78, I was getting into training for professional wrestling. So I got into it pretty quick.
Were you always a fan growing up?
Yes, I was a big wrestling fan growing up. Starland Arena there in Roanoke, Virginia, with Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling. Well, that was my home territory. Jim Crockett Promotions, and that was back in the day of Johnny Valentine and the Super Destroyer, who was the spoiler, Don Jardine, Ole and Gene Anderson, Paul Jones, and Wahoo McDaniel. So it was a great deal.
Okay, so yeah, you're getting to work with all the guys in the territories. Who were some of your favorites to watch growing up?
My favorite were the heels, Johnny Valentine. I loved the Super Destroyer, and of course Uncle Ivan Koloff was there and stuff. Ole and Gene Anderson. So all them guys, just great, and I love the Japanese wrestlers too. Mr. Hayashi and Mr. Oda were a great tag team. So a lot of great wrestlers back then. Rip Hawk, Sweet Hansen. So those were the days. And I was going to Starland Arena there in Roanoke, and that place would really get wild on Saturday night because they had pro wrestling every Saturday night there in Roanoke.
Yeah, definitely a hot crowd, incredible wrestling town in Virginia. Talk to me about the moment you knew you wanted to get into the business.
Oh well, just going into the going to the matches, and then I was playing high school football, and then I got into training into uh, uh, weightlifting and all that. Also, just fell in love with wrestling, and I started learning to take bumps and practice interviews on my own and stuff with a good friend of mine I grew up with, David Witt, and that's. I just kept going and kept practicing training. Then when I finally got a break to break in May of '78, Rick McCord, who was a professional wrestler from my area, got us started there, and he got me started with some local guys at the Roanoke City Market in downtown Roanoke. Mike Weddle, Eclipso, Steve Savage, Don Hogan, and I got my start from there.
Okay. Now, being a pro wrestler, I mean, it's not easy. You know, you really have to put a lot into it, a lot of effort and sacrifice.
Yes.
And so, with your training experience, I'd imagine you really had to push yourself very hard and sacrifice so much. Talk to me about your training experiences.
Oh, yeah, sacrificed a lot of time. Yeah, working out with weights every week and stuff. Uh, I had my first match. I guess it was around June of '78 there, and traveling and doing the independence there in Virginia for a year, and then the following year, May of '79, Ole Anderson gave me a try out there on WTBS in Atlanta, Georgia, in a tag team match. Tagging up with Mike Stallings against him and Ivan Koloff. So that's how I got my start into the NWA and Georgia Championship Wrestling back in them days.
So you had your first match on television.
Yeah, well, my first big TV match. I did Independence here in Virginia on Saturdays for like a year or so, and then the following year I got a chance to get on WTBS there in Atlanta. Ole Anderson brought me in and got me into that tag match, and I was able to prove myself in that match that day, and that got me kicked off there. So. I was very fortunate and blessed to get a good start that day.
I'd imagine, being on TV in front of millions of people, I mean, that for the first time, that is very stressful because you have to, you put the work in, but then you go on for the first time ever. It's hard.
Right. Right. Yeah, WTBS because it was going into a lot of households at that time and just kept growing from there. So, but that's what I wanted to do. I had my mind set on it and pushed my self to excel because that's what I wanted to do, and I gave it my all. And praise the Lord, I got an opportunity to get into it and to make a living at it. And that was my big goal right there was to do that.
Yeah, and you sure succeeded in it. I mean, you had such a decorated career wrestling for multiple companies. I want to talk about though when you started out, learning how to wrestle, learning the techniques. Uh, any pieces of advice that you got from your trainers early on that you can still recall to today?
Oh yeah, because I had some of the best trainers in the world and stuff. I mean, the independent guys here, Mike Weddle, Eclipso, and Steve Savage, the guys here in Virginia were very experienced and phenomenal. Rick McCord, who got me started, was very, very good, and uh, and that's who you learn from, And then when I got a chance to go to Georgia and WTBS and get in the ring with guys that did it for years and years and was doing it every night, that's when you really learn. You really learn from guys like that because they got so much experience and so much knowledge. And man, all you got to do is watch the matches and learn from what they do and try not. They let you know about mistakes you can make, areas that you're weak in, and uh, and really push you to do your best because they wanted the product to look good for the business because that's what they made their living in. So they wanted everybody to look good when they was in that ring.
Yeah, I mean, you have to really like put so much into your work. It's
Oh
it's a
yes.
it's a lot of effort you got to really put in there. And when you're in the ring, or watching, from the back, who are some guys that you're trying to like emulate with their style, and kind of
Oh,
implement it into yours?
well, there's quite a few of them. Ivan Koloff was a big influence. Johnny Valentine, Ole and Gene Anderson, because back in them days and stuff, there it was a lot of hard, tough wrestling and stuff, and you had to be snug and stiff in the ring, and because that's what people paid to see, and that's what you wanted to give them, because that was the important thing. It wasn't just you wanted to look good in that ring and do a great job, but you were out there to entertain those people that were paying to come see you, and you wanted them to come back and see you next time. So you wanted return business because at that time you didn't have all these TV contracts and all that. You only made money when you had got people into the arenas, and that was a whole different concept back in them days.
Yeah, I mean the magic of pro wrestling, it's the suspense of disbelief. You got to get the
Right,
crowd, sucked in and believe what you're doing is real.
right. Right. And like I said, a lot of the towns back in them days were weekly towns. Atlanta, Georgia had a lot of weekly towns, every week. And so you had to give 100% anytime you got in that ring. So you'd have that return business the next week. And because that meant that was the difference in you making a good paycheck or not making a good one, was people being in that arena buying tickets.
How long were you with the Crockett's?
Oh, I was with the Crockett's a little over 3 years when I came in
Mm,
with them. Yep, sure was. And that was
3 years.
great. That was great for me because that was my home territory. I'd grown up and watched all that. Jim Crockett promotions, and that was a very very special time for me for sure.
Yeah, I mean, this was like right in the 80s, so you had like so many promotions. You had, the Crockett's, you had
Right,
WWF, you had the AWA, you had
right,
Memphis, you had Dallas, and so
right.
many other territories and companies in the entire country.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that was a total different day. You had the Tampa territory, Florida was separate. You had the southeastern, which was up on the Gulf Coast, Alabama, part of Alabama and western part of that part, Florida, Pensacola, Gulf Shores, Mobile, heading on out toward Mississippi and then, of course, you had Mid South and all that with Bill Watts, which was a great territory too. And like I said, it was an honor and pleasure. I got to work all those, so that was a phenomenal experience.
it's amazing. And when did you get hired by the WWE, WWF?
Oh, I'd been in the AWA. I went there in '85, and it was the latter part of early part of '87. Well, ended up being a later part before I got. So I was there like a couple years, and then got an opportunity to go to the WWF and tag up with Nikolai Volkoff, who I love dearly. I've known Nikolai for years. I met him back in 1980 down in Tampa, Florida. So and we were in and out of different territories together for a few years there. So getting to go there and tag up with him was great because we'd known each other, like I said, going back to 1980. So that was phenomenal. Getting to go a chance to be in the WWF tagging up with Nikolai.
And he was such a hated heel in the 80s
Yes.
and 70s.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Him and the Iron Sheik were very hated, so I just fell right into a perfect spot there. They had so much heat, and of course, Russia was the Soviet Union was so hated at that time. It was really a cakewalk to walk into that position because the heat that Nikolai and Sheik had was just unbelievable. It was off the charts.
Well,
It was so much heat.
well, talk to me about how they paired you up. You had said you knew each other for years prior to this, working in
Right.
Florida. But when you guys get paired up together, the crowd, boos, and you get all these reactions. Talk to me about how you guys got paired up together and decisions to kind of get you guys as one of the top acts on television.
Okay. Well, the Iron Sheik had left the WWF, and they needed somebody to come in for that tag team spot with Nikolai, and so they saw me with the AWA and offered me an opportunity to come in there and tag up with Nikolai, and so when they did, I didn't think I'd ever get another opportunity like that, and I took advantage of it because I already saw what was happening with Vince growing the WWF and with the way it was expanding and the changes that were coming about across the whole wrestling world with what he was doing. I said, I better take this shot and run with it, and that's what I did. And like I said, it was a great because him and Sheik were so established there and had so much heat. It was incredible, and it was a great opportunity for me to get to go get that spot and tag him with Nikolai.
And I think it's incredible how you're able to play this character. You know, you're the Russians.
Oh yeah.
What was it like kind of slipping into that character?
Uh, well, it was easy. Well, I'd been doing that's what I started out at. When I left Mid Atlantic, I went down and became Boris Zhukov in Mid South, and I ended up going to Dallas with the Von Erichs, and then on down to Southeastern with Armstrongs and the Fullers, and then I was down in and out of Florida and a little bit of Georgia and a couple places, Memphis, and then I got a chance to go to the AWA. But like I said, the Soviet Union has so much heat and stuff, and get the spot to go to WWF tag with Nikolai, and of course Nikolai's doing the Soviet national anthem, so it was just and like I said, him and Sheik had such incredible heat. Uh, uh, it was really an easy spot for me to get into and really get the people stirred up, and that's what you wanted to do. So yeah.
Did you prefer being a heel over a baby face?
Yeah, yeah. To me, it was a lot easier being a heel, and I really enjoyed it. Because I was around a lot of great heels when I got started. I'd watched the heels a lot when I was growing up, and then as I got into the business, so I was able to adapt easily to that type of work style and being a heel. So.
What is it about being a heel that makes you enjoy it more than playing a baby face?
Well, it's just a thing of being, well, it's good versus evil. And a lot of what you saw on TV growing up, with all the westerns and all that. You had your good guys and you had your bad guys, and the bad guys would get the advantage over the good guy, and then the good guy come back. But just hearing the reaction from the crowd, that's what I really enjoyed was getting the people excited, and then when it was time to really get them excited and let that baby face make a comeback, and you get that pop of the crowd. That's what really made the matches and made the events mean so much.
Yeah, there's nothing like playing a character that gets under somebody else's skin.
Right. Exactly. And just hearing those people get cheering and see their faces and all that. I mean, that just that's what made it for me. Because and of course, me growing up as a being a wrestling fan, that made it even more special for me to be able to participate in that and be a part of that. Because I could relate to those people out there in the crowd.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, when you're getting those boos, I mean, it's like you've done your job.
Right, right. And the louder you could get them to boo and get up mad at you and upset at you. I mean, that's what it was all about. So, and then to see them get excited when that baby fakes makes the comeback, and man, and hearing that crowd roar. That to me, that's what it was all about, telling a story, and and a lot of times you want to send people home happy.
Yes,
Give them what they paid to see.
exactly. And you gotten to wrestle so many people over the course of your career. Who have been some of your favorite opponents that you've gotten to step in the ring with over the years?
Oh gosh, there are so many because so many that I learned from that I owe so much to. Goodness, like I said, Uncle Ivan Koloff, Ole and Gene Anderson, Jack and Jerry Briscoe, Johnny Weaver with Mid Atlantic, Don Canodal, Ricky Steamboat, Sergeant Slaughter, who helped me a lot, give me a break with Mid Atlantic, being Private Jim Nelson there. So there are so many. The Mass Superstar, who's Bill Eadie with Demolition. These guys were just so experienced and so phenomenal, had great psychology. And I owe so much to so many. I could sit here all night and name names. That's how many there are.
Yeah, I mean, when you've gone up and back on the road with these guys, share these stories. I mean, you're making memories that last a
Right.
lifetime.
Oh, yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because you're with these guys every day and going to all these different places every week and stuff. Days on end throughout the year, year after year, and it's like family.
It really is. It's that
Yep.
camaraderie.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, I want to switch gears and talk about some of the stuff you've done outside of wrestling. I know you're very involved with different charity organizations and have done a lot of charity work over the years. What kinds of things have you done to help out in your community over the years?
When I moved back home, like I said, I lived down on the Gulf Coast for years. I mean, the Gulf Coast. After I retired from wrestling full time, I got into truck driving. So I was a truck driver for quite a few years, and when I moved back home to Virginia in 2001, and my old friend Mike Weddle Clipso got wrestling going here. We did wrestling events here to raise money for charity and for different things and all that. So that was great being involved in that. Uh, 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 I went from truck driving into being a recruiter for the truck company I was driving for my ended up being 15 years McElroy Truck Lines. So I retired at the end of April of 2024, and I've been doing a lot of volunteer work with my church that I currently go to, Hellsford Baptist Church in Wirtz, Virginia. Uh, I became a part of their Easter drama, the Cry for Christ, in March of 23, and then we got a lot of things we do through our church. Uh, I help the church on Tuesdays. We have a work crew that helps do volunteer work there. On Mondays, I volunteer with a food pantry, Feeding America in Roanoke, and help get food together for the community there. For the food pantry there. So it's a lot of different things I get involved in. Now I'm also working in my church with the grief share organization we have there. I have grief share meetings that we have on Thursdays. We just started back up with that, so I help a lot with that too.
Yeah, it seems like you're very involved and active with different functions around the
Yes,
area. So that's amazing.
yes,
What
yes. Yeah, in fact, we've been working on we got an amphitheater pavilion that our church has just got together. So it's been fun to help with that. That's been quite a project. We have a lot of great craftsmen, men from our church that have retired that were carpenters and electricians and know how to do all these different things, putting in water lines and septic and all that, and concrete work. And so that's all coming together. And
was there a particular event that you were a part of that you helped out with, as far as giving back is concerned, that was heartwarming and just kind of tugs at your strings?
oh yeah, well, like I said, the Easter drama we do every year for the Cry for Christ, about the death and burial and resurrection of Jesus. That's a very touching thing to do because I've done that for the last couple of years, being one of the disciples, and that's a very very moving thing to be a part of. So, because we're up on stage. Playing all that out, and it really tugs on your strings with all the music and the lights and all that, telling that story from up on stage. So that's really moves my heart. Been very enjoyable to be a part of that.
And how long you've been a part of that, you said?
Uh, I started doing that in March of 23, and then I retired from my trucking job at the end of April of 2024. So I've been retired for a little over a year now.
Okay. All right. Well, what was it about that event when you're helping someone out? that made you go, man, I feel like I've made a difference in someone's life?
Just telling the story about Jesus, and bringing others to Christ. Telling the story what He did for them on the cross. When He died and uh, rising from the dead. People's sins can be forgiven, and they can go on to live a life for Him, and then when their time comes to go, they can go home and be with Him. And that's just very moving to be a part of something like that.
And you've also mentioned that you work with food pantries and have volunteered at
Right.
various places. Was there like a particular event that you helped out with there as well that made you go, that you were just moved you?
Yeah. Oh, well, it's like I said, I had the opportunity to become a part of that because I go out on a truck with one of the men. We have a truck. We go places like Sam's Clubs and Walmarts and Food Lines and pick up food donations, and then we take them back to the pantry and we stock. We do this on Monday. That big day that we have there, the pantry's closed on Monday, so we can get it stocked up, and then people start coming back in on Tuesday morning. Through the rest of the week, to pick up things they might need, but being able to help with that's very very heartwarming for me. Be able to help people get food and drinks and things they might need, so feed them themselves and feed their families.
What is it about giving back to the community that gives you the most joy?
Uh, uh, Helping those that may not be able to help themselves, being able to do things for people like that, because there are people there that are elderly that can't work and may not have the income to buy the kind of food they need. So be able to do something for people like that, people in need. That's just a great feeling.
Yeah, I mean, you just never know what people are going through, and there's so many
Right,
people out there that need, food, water, shelter to be able to, you know, go on
right,
about their
yeah.
lives,
Yeah,
live their lives.
right. Might be handicapped, may not be able to work, and be able to help with a thing like a food pantry, feeding America, because that's all across the country. There's a lot of people that are involved in that, so that's a great deal.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the fact that you're going out there doing that, it's wonderful.
Yes, yeah, it sure is. Yeah, and it's really great to be able to help people like that.
Yes. Now being retired from the ring for so many years, do you keep up with the product at all today, or see
No.
see all some of your colleagues from your era, from your time in the business?
Uh, well, some guys have podcasts on YouTube. I know a lot of the old matches have been a lot of people having them restored and putting on. And shoot, I've been able to watch a lot of matches that were guys that were wrestling matches before I got started that people have restored and put online. So I love looking back and watching Jack and Jerry Briscoe and the Funks and old matches like that. Just back when wrestling was wrestling, because it's so far from that now. It's not even close. It's a total different day now.
Everything changes, everything
Yes.
evolves.
Right. Yeah, it sure does. And because back in the day, the crowds were a lot different. I mean, now it's depending on how things go, it might be hard to get people into arena just to do a big pay-per-view without giving tickets away. People don't want to pay for those expensive tickets to go watch a wrestling show, So because they're just so expensive now. But it's a total different thing, having to set up an arena to do a big pay-per-view and because guys don't wrestle like 300 some days a year like I did for years.
And so, but the thing is like you're able to go online though and watch all these matches, and it'll bring you
Yes,
back to a
yes,
time when, you know, wrestling, was in a different place.
right. Yeah, it was a total different day back then, and shoot, some of these guys would young guys would get on there and watch some of these old guys, like the Funks and the Briscoes and the Andersons and Ricky Steamboat, Ric Flair, guys like that. I mean, that's how you learn. You know, I used to love talking with Hulk Hogan in the dressing room about when he moved from Tampa after getting his start and going up to the wrestling Alabama and the Gulf Coast, Pensacola and Birmingham and Dothan. He'd love to talk about them days because those were great learning days for him. And even as young and as green as he was at that time, he still drew a lot of people there.
Yes,
So,
he did.
yeah. Now
He
they'd
did.
fill out the Dothan Houston County Farm Center, which Hulk loved to talk about, and had to put him and Harley Race in the stadium because they were selling the Farm Center out plus the Civic Center, and so they put them in the stadium, and they had 15,000 people there. So and he was just getting started.
It's
I
a
mean, Hulk was just in his young days, and goodness, he's just exploded after those days.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's good to go back and watch those memories, relive those memories,
Yes.
because those are some really good times.
Yeah. And that's why I learned the most. Was days like that, especially being in the ring every night. So you're in the ring 5, 6, 7 nights a week after week. That's when you learn.
Yes, definitely. Boris, I want to say thank you so much for coming on to the show. It means a lot to
You're
me, to
welcome.
my listeners and viewers.
Thank you very much for having me, sir.
Absolutely. You're more than welcome to come back. Where can people find more about you on social media, or how they can get in touch with you and all the cool things you're doing?
Uh, well, I'm not too involved too much in social media. I do have a lot of matches online with YouTube. Boris Zhukov and Jim Nelson, private Jim Nelson, so they can find a lot of matches on there and all that. And when there's places I get a chance, like I was just recently down at Charlotte in the gathering to sign autographs down there. I was down there for a day to sign autographs and get to meet and greet fans. So sometimes I get to go do those, which I enjoy very much getting to do also.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to have people come out and see you and share old stories and
Right.
relive some of those moments.
Oh yeah, and then you get to meet the fans personally, and how you touch them, and how they enjoyed watching you wrestle, and all that. And I can relate to that because that's how the guys. I remember when I got to meet Greg Valentine's dad, Johnny Valentine. He wasn't able to wrestle anymore, but he come to watch Greg wrestle at a show in Fort Worth, Texas, Dallas, and I got to meet Johnny Valentine. So that was a great thrill for me because he was one of my favorites when I was growing
Yeah.
up. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and now you're paying it forward to the next generation. So
Right,
it's a
right.
really
That's how it goes.
it's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks again, Boris.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
You too, sir.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
This is Wrestling with Heart. I hope you found this podcast to be informative and entertaining. If you did, please hit the subscribe button and look out for the next edition.